Hi friends, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Tess. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very delicious, quick and easy, healthy breakfast that is plant-based, one that is high in fiber, nutrients, and high in protein. Lots of people think because you're plant-based that there's a challenge with obtaining enough protein, but that is not the case, friends. This waffle in itself that we're going to make right now has 20 grams of protein. So first we're going to use our whole grain oats. These are gluten-free, and I found them in Trader Joe's, one of my favorite places to shop. We're just going to add as we go whole grain oats. They're 5 grams of fiber and 6 grams of protein, just in the oats alone. Next, we have garbanzo, which is just chickpeas. This is how they come. I get these from Whole Foods in a little carton. It just has water in it, no chemicals or anything of that sort. And they're already soaked, so they're ready to go. Lots of protein, 5 grams of protein. And we'll put our garbanzo in there. And next we have our dates. And by the way, this recipe only has about 7 ingredients, which is very, very good. Dates is another optional source of sugar, and it is very high in fiber as well. Next, we have our sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds, believe it or not, are rich in protein. 8 grams of protein in these sunflower seeds. Very, very good. God knew exactly what he was doing when he made all of these ingredients just for us. Next, I like to put in some apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. There's a lot to that. Apples are very high in fiber, very high in pectin, which is also another form of fiber. And now we're going to put in our vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to use half a teaspoon of salt. This salt that I'm using is not the regular salt, it's the Celtic salt. The Celtic salt, as well as the Himalayan pink salt, has all of the seed nutrients, all 8 of them, and very rich in minerals and nutrients, very good for your body. Okay, and so all we have to do now is add our water. We're going to add 2 1/4 cup of water to this mixture. And see how quick and easy that is? Even your children can do this. And we're going to go ahead and blend. It is so much fun to be able to make your own food. You know exactly what's in there. Yay, power. Now we're going to blend it for a couple of minutes. Okay, and I think we are ready to bake our waffles here. Let's wait until our waffle maker is all ready to go. When the green light comes on, all you do is put your batter in there. I usually use about a 1/4 cup of mixture, or you can use a 1/2 cup. I wouldn't use anything more than that. It'll overflow in your blender and it'll make a mess. So you just want to take a scoopful of batter. And we're going to, let's see, this is a 1/3 cup. I want to use less than that. I want to use a 1/4 cup. And as soon as our blender is ready, we'll be able to put this in. One great thing is breakfast is so important. It is the most important meal of the day. Why? When you're on a trip, the first thing you do is what? You fill up your tank, correct? Or do you fill it up after your trip? No, you want the fuel to give you that necessary energy in order to function optimally during your day. A lot of us are faced with fatigue and tiredness, and that's why we go to Starbucks and we grab a cup of coffee in hopes of keeping awake all day long. But if you get a proper rest at night, and you eat a very healthy breakfast, then you will find that your energy will be there for you when you need it the most. And that's the most important thing. Okay, so now we're going to pause until our blender is ready. And now our blender is ready. This is a Belgian waffle, and it cooks in minutes, a matter of minutes. I bought this, I think at Target for about probably $40 or less. And now we're just gonna add our, let's just go ahead. I do this every time, so I know pretty much how much. You don't wanna overflow the blender. Look at those apples, woo! That's gonna be really nice. And go ahead and shut that and turn it over so that the steam can evenly be distributed throughout the waffle and you'll have a full cooked waffle. And as soon as the light turns green, you'll know that it's ready. And there you go. Okay. So it says that our waffle is ready. The light is green. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there you go. Light's green. It's time for the waffle to come out. So there we go. And our plate. And voila, there we go. Isn't that beautiful? And you can top that with peanut butter and jelly. You can put sauteed fruits on there or even fresh fruit. You can use yogurt. It is so versatile. You can do so many things with this. And so now we're going to take our waffle maker off and we are going to make our next recipe. Next, we're going to make another one of my favorites, and that is a chia seed pudding. Chia seed is rich in protein. It has 6 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber. So if you're experiencing constipation, anything of that sort, you really want to eat lots of fiber. And this is a perfect meal for you. It's a very simple dish. We're using non-fat, plant-based, non-dairy yogurt. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's by Kite Hill. And this is the raspberry. I love this. It's made out of almond milk as opposed to the dairy milk, which is high in fat and high in saturated fat especially. Okay, so we're simply going to put 2 cups of your favorite yogurt. That one didn't want to open for me, but okay, so this one is peach, and I'm mixing peach and raspberry. You can go ahead and play around with the different flavors and see what you come up with. It's the flavors are just amazing. Just to be able to mix them out. Great flavors. And I always choose something that's really healthy. I don't like cornstarch. It just doesn't seem to sit well with my skin for whatever reason. So I always like to look for something that's low in sugar and something that does have the potato starch or the tapioca starch. Those are much healthier starches. And here we have the chia seeds. They come in this color and also a lighter color as well. We're just gonna go ahead and mix that really quickly. And as you can see, I've put it in a large bowl that's easy to mix. And I usually mix it in the bowl that I'm going to put it in the fridge, with which I'm gonna put it in the fridge. So that's just the yogurt, and that is the chia seed. And now we're gonna add a cup of non-fat milk. There we go. This particular milk is soy milk. It has no other ingredients in it. And I usually get that from Trader Joe's. I noticed they've been putting so many ingredients into our milk. I'm wondering what it is. I don't even call it milk anymore. So I'm looking for the simplest ingredients, always organic. And now we're gonna put in our maple syrup for our sweetener, and we're gonna add some vanilla for flavoring. And so it's gonna be a nice little pudding. Low in refined sugars. These are all wholesome sugars. And here we go. We're gonna mix it as much as we can. Make sure there are no blocks of chia seeds stuck anywhere. You just want it to be as mixed in as possible. And that way all the flavors get amalgamated. All right, it's just about ready. I see a few seeds at the bottom stuck. You want to unstuck all those seeds because that's not fun when you try to eat it that way. It has no flavor whatsoever, but you want it to mix right in and get all those delicious, fun-filled flavors so you can enjoy your pudding. Okay, so once you have mixed your pudding, you're gonna cover it up and refrigerate it for at least 1 hour. I normally mix mine the day before and let it sit in the refrigerator overnight, and it thickens really nicely and all the flavors are fully amalgamated and it's really good. So now I'm gonna cover it and then we're gonna refrigerate it and we'll see what it looks like later. Okay, now we're gonna make what we call scrambled tofu. Instead of scrambled eggs with all the cholesterol that comes along with it and possible salmonella, you never know. Tofu is a wonderful product that you can purchase you can get it in Costco, in any of your Asian stores, in Whole Foods. And it's no cholesterol, none whatsoever. And it has 6 grams. 1 carton has 6 grams of protein. So what I do to begin with, I chop up a little bit of onions and garlic. You don't have to do this. Some people put sweet pepper, yellow and red, and it makes it really nice and colorful. And you just let that saute for a few minutes. Your onions and your garlics and your leeks, whatever you like. You can go ahead and add it to just a little bit of water. And also you can choose to use olive oil if you like. Just a little bit of olive oil, and make sure it's the first press cold. First cold press. That's the first squeeze of the olives. Okay, here we go. First cold press. Extra virgin olive oil. And I got that particular one at Whole Foods, and I use it very sparingly. I don't use it a lot. All right, so here we go. Let that saute a little bit, and that's coming along really nicely. And so in our tofu, we're going to use, first of all, this is how it looks. You can't really see because I really cut it open. But you can find these. This one I'm using is the extra firm, and normally you use that for things like scrambled tofu, but they have more silky ones that you can use for puddings and pies and milkshakes. But I normally use the organic ones as well. I try to eat as much organic as I possibly can in order to prevent the chemicals and the preservatives from entering my body that, cause different problems. All right, so I think this is just about ready. And so one way of doing it is you can go ahead and add your flavors now to the onions, or you can add your tofu and then add your flavors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my flavorings now. Right now we're going to add our onion powder, which is a very excellent antibiotic, by the way. And we're using a garlic powder, another antibiotic, powerful antibiotic. And we're using turmeric, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory. For lots of people that have pain and inflammation in the body, it is excellent. And this method was taught to me by one of my best friends who is an Italian cook, and I love her cooking very much. It's very, very good and nutritious. All right. So we're going to use also nutritional yeast flakes, which is high in vitamins, especially the vitamin B's. Go ahead and mix that in. And you can start mixing in your tofu right now if you like, because it is getting a little dry. So I have my tofu. It's good to put your leftover tofu in water in a sealed container, and you want to change that water every day. Every day you need to change that water, or else your tofu will spoil. All right. Alrighty, and so we're going to add also what we call chicken style seasoning. You can use your favorite seasoning, you can use beef seasoning, whatever seasoning you choose. It'll just amalgamate and the tofu will adopt those flavors. You can have sweet and sour tofu, you can have barbecue tofu, you can have smoked tofu, whatever you fancy. Go ahead and do that. Alright, so you're just going to blend them all together. As it all sautés together, all the flavors will come together beautifully. And as you can see, the turmeric is changing the color of the tofu to that yellow color that makes it look just like eggs. And that's what you want. Powerful herbs, powerful antibiotics, anti-inflammatory. Tofu is high in protein, has no cholesterol. It's just an amazing food, and you can use it in so many things. You can, and this dish is very versatile. You can put it in tacos, in burritos. You can eat it with rice. You can eat it like I'm having it this morning with waffles and fruit. And it is just amazing. You can have it with fruit, or you can have it with a vegetable meal as well. You can have it for breakfast, you can have it for lunch, whatever you choose. All right, and that is just about ready. Just look at that. Look how beautiful that is. With all those colors in there, and how, does that look like eggs? They call it fake eggs without the cholesterol. Yay! Way to go, winner.